afternoon, everybody. This is Jonathan, your fitness business management expert, and in this video, I'm going to go over the topic of how to become an Entertrainer. Now, I'm not going to turn into that guy that just throws buzzwords all over the place, but an Entertrainer is a concept that I came up with about a year ago as I started to realize that for 98% of the clients, and if you've seen my Psychology 101 video, you know the clients that I'm referring to. They're the clients that are looking more to boot camp to fill some kind of emotional void or some kind of a hole. They're doing boot camp for somebody else, and they're hard to keep because they will they'll realize their goal once they get their once they get compliments from other people. They don't walk into boot camp with necessarily concrete goals, even though they may say that they have a goal of dropping 20 pounds. As soon as they get halfway there, then and somebody says, "Oh, you look great," okay, bye bye, they're out the door. So these are clients that you have to constantly keep engaged. And with those clients, I started to realize that they don't necessarily want to be trained. They want to be entertained through your training. All right, and to be an Entertrainer, it's going to depend on two things. It's going to depend on your mood and your modes. Okay, so let's start off with mood. Now, this can apply especially to boot camp trainers who train very early in the morning. I've had a lot of clients tell me, Jonathan, I don't know how you do it. You always keep you always got so much energy in the morning. And I'm actually, bringing one of my new trainers along and having him cover one of my classes. And I often ask, my clients, would you pay for this guy? Would you sign up for boot camp if he was the one teaching? And the only thing I usually get back is, just needs to be a little bit more, expressive, a little bit louder. So the same goes for personal training. It's not uncommon, the client walks in the door, the trainer's like, "Hi Jim, how we doing? We're good? Yeah, let's get a workout." And throughout their workout, all the trainer's doing is counting. It's like all the trainer does is explain and count to 10. We're going to do a push-up. 1, 2, 10. You're done. All right, next set. 1, 2, 10. You're done. All right, so that's boring. All right, and let's be honest, we're in an especially if you train in the United States. The United States is very much an entertainment-oriented nation where we just want to be entertained with everything we do. That's why you can't see, you can't ride the train to the city without seeing people, pull out their iPhone to play something, or or their book or whatever. We always want to constantly be stimulated, and I think that's human nature in general. So you have to understand that your mood and the environment that you create just as a person is going to affect your client's perception on your boot camp. Now, if you're dealing with the 1% of clients who are just about a concrete goal and just want to get to a specific number and that's all they care about, all I want to do is get down to 125 pounds and I will eat 1,201 calories a day specifically if you tell me to. Then, for instance, that's the kind of client that you could say, okay, I'm going to put you on a Bill Star 5x5 because you want to increase your bench or whatever. So all we're going to do is we're going to do barbell bench, we're going to do barbell rows, we're going to do deadlifts, we're going to do push-ups, we're going to do squats, we're going to do pull-ups. Those are like the only 5 or 6 exercises that we're going to do. And if you and you tell them how you're going to grade their workouts, that you're going to increase the weight with each workout. So that client won't get bored because they understand they have a concrete goal, because it's all about, to them, it's all about the end goal of being able to bench a certain amount of weight. Or for the client that just is getting ready for a figure competition, it's all about getting to this percentage of body fat. But most of the clients out there that you will train, especially if you're not, training athletes, are not looking for that. They want to get in shape, yes, but they're also looking for an outlet. They're looking for, some kind of stimulation, to break up the home and work life. And in addition to helping them attain their ultimate fitness goal, Your goal is to keep them engaged, motivated. A 1% client that just wants that specific goal for the figure competition or to bench more weight or whatever has no problem if they're just going to do the bar. Every time you work out with them, they're just going to increase the weight by 5 pounds every workout. That's going to get them toward their goal. But for people that need an emotional hole filled or they need an emotional fix, you're going to have to change the mode because they will get bored of workouts regardless of how effective they are. It didn't become real to me until I started teaching my boot camp. I think I was like 3 weeks in. And then on Monday, we had done one-arm rows. And then Thursday came around, and, I said, all right, we're going to do one-arm rows. And they're like, again? And, we had done one-arm rows like 4 days ago. It just happened to be part of the workout. And I realized, oh, okay, it's really not, they want to exercise, but it's like a television show. They want to see a new episode every time. So you have to keep the exercises fresh, but you have to keep them effective. Now, if you watched my boot camp intro video, you understand that I follow a push-pull elevation rotation model, which was something that was presented to me by my old head trainer, Ray Dente, who essentially adapted that that style from Juan Carlos Santana. He was big on him. So everything for me usually is push-pull elevation rotation. Now, if I wanted to do a push, that doesn't mean that I'm going to do push-ups every day or for every time that I do their workout, because if they see push-ups, twice in the same week, they freak out. Push-ups again, but we did that on Monday. It's kind of like for parents. Spaghetti again, chicken again, so you have to understand a lot of ways. Clients can be very kid-like, so you have to keep them engaged, and you have to keep them entertained if you want to keep them engaged. So there are many ways to push, and part of being an entertrainer is understanding how to change the exercises while keeping them essentially the same. So a push is a push is a push. I made a video. A push is a push is a push is a push. If you change the direction a little bit, if you change the mode, perhaps using bands instead of dumbbells, perhaps using TRXs instead of body weight, whatever the case may be, as long as you change the mode to the client, it's all different. To you, it's essentially the same because you're just moving along the sagittal plane. I'm not going to try to get too technical, mess myself up. But yes, you're still doing a press in some way, shape, or form. So your goal is to make sure that your client stays continually engaged throughout the workout. And your mood, your energy will keep clients sometimes almost as well as your workouts will. As you can hear, my voice is a little bit hoarse today. I just taught boot camp class, and I was just overly excited because I knew the workout was going to be, pretty hard. I had a lot of new people. I just got RIP trainers from TRX, so there was new equipment. Everybody was excited. It's like a brand new toy to their 5-year-old. So I guess I was just yelling a little bit more than I generally would, and you can kind of feel that going on in the class. You can see people working just a little bit harder than they might have otherwise, and the difference between one class and the other will vary greatly on your mood. If I was, hey Jen, we're gonna have a great workout, but like as soon as people walked into class, it was like, hey, how are you doing, Darcy? We're gonna have the greatest workout in the history of America. Like, this is stuff I was saying before the workout. I was pumping it up. I was getting them pumped up. And as an entertrainer, especially in the boot camp environment, you almost want to operate as a game show host, all right? Because since you're not going to be, locked into one client the entire time, you have to create an environment of high energy. All right, so it's a couple days later from when I actually filmed this video, but as I was editing it and getting ready to put it on YouTube, I started to consider some of the things that I was saying. And when I considered how I run my boot camp and how I teach in terms of mood, inflection, energy, and tone, you gotta understand that I'm an 80s baby. So I grew up watching a lot of Nickelodeon and Disney Channel in the 80s into the early 90s. And, I just happened to be perusing YouTube, and I found a game show that kind of mirrored the tone and inflection that I tend to use when I run my boot camps, as opposed to what traditionally trainers think they need to do in order to run a boot camp, which is not a military thing. We need to get out of the military mindset. So I want to give you two things to consider. Do you want to train, or what do you think? Now forget about you, because we're wired differently as trainers than our clients will be. What do you think, if you were your client, you would respond to better? The first video I'm going to show you, or the second one? Make the choice for yourself.
We have over here, well, we have a bean-like substance. So when I say go, your job is to hand this over to your dad. You pour it all over your daughter. Then you hand it back, and you put it here. Then you hand the tomato-like substance. You pour it all over. You hand it back to your son. You put it over here. Then you do it with the cheese-like substance. And you'll be doing the same thing on this side. Then you must roll up your daughter. You must roll up your son. And you must roll with them all the way where? To this side. And you must stay completely rolled and get to this side where we have a lovely green guacamole-type topping, okay? The first family that completes their taco gets $50 and control of round 2. Now, yeah, we have a potential lead change here. That could happen. Let's find out if it does. On your mark, get set, go! Here goes the taco process. We're going over there and doing, well, cheese, tomatoes, whichever comes first. Okay, start rolling those people up and roll them up quickly. Get over there. Come on, guys. You got to do it. Oh, you rolled out of your taco. You got to get back into your taco. You got to get back in, folks. You got to get back in. The blue team's coming over here. And let's see. What are we going to do? What do we say? The red team made it over there. You can stop right there. The red team had a hard time, but they did get it first. So let's put $50.
Never quit and never give up. When it's not time, there's a seat back. Where's your freaking seat bag? Go find a freaking seat bag right damn now. Go find a freaking seat bag right now. I mean, you understand that? You understand that? Get out there right now. Where's your freaking cover? Shut up! Shut up! Your fork sack on the top right first, then the bottom right, then you will go into making your racks. You understand me? Yes, sir! Yes!
All right, so even if you're not talking directly to Mary, just the way that you're talking to the group as a whole will encourage Mary or Sue or Jenny, who's across the room. So it's about creating an environment and always being in a good mood. As a trainer, you can't be in a bad mood and expect to have great workouts with your clients. You come in, you're sad, you're upset about something. Don't turn your clients into your therapist. Man, I had a bad day. My girlfriend dumped me. Blah blah. You can't go there, because clients are looking to you not only to instruct, but to energize them. And there is a point where the client will say, I just need somebody to yell at me, and that kind of client is they generally don't last very long, because they're just looking for somebody to try for them. But you do want to create a high energy environment, because when they don't want to show up, they know that you're going to be there, and within 5 minutes of being around you, you're going to get them pumped up, you're going to get them going, and they're going to get through the workout. So take some time to dig inside, when you have your personal training client or before you're on your boot camp, and put a little bit of extra energy into how you greet your client, into how you talk about the workout, into just letting them know, letting them know that they're going to have a great time, that they're going to do a great job, that you're happy to see them, and that you're really all they care about. When people are in the boot camp, they wouldn't know, if my dog died, because it would just be like, I'm in boot camp, I'm in boot camp mode. It's on. I'm putting on a show. Steve Hoffman, who gives he has he owns a boot camp franchise called Fit Body Boot Camp. He says, pretend like a camera's on you. Now, do you really think that Jillian Michaels and Bob Harper, the trainers on The Biggest Loser, are as engaged as they are when the camera's on them as when it's not? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. It's not my it's not my place to judge. But I know whether the camera's on me or not, I'm 100,000% engaged, and that's how you should be looking at it. You should be thinking that, you know, you're on television for the whole world to see, and you want to represent yourself accordingly. So if you have a bad day, leave it at home. You're an Entertrainer. If you feel like just recycling the same workout over and over, forget that. Put extra work into what you do. Make an entire syllabus for yourself. Be an Entertrainer. Understand your client base, because if you're dealing with that, large percentage of clients that are really just looking to fill an emotional void and will quit as soon as they're bored, you have to understand your job. It's not always fun. It's usually very tiring, but it will keep your clients engaged, and it will keep you from having to chase down clients every 2 months because you couldn't get somebody to stay with you. So, I hope you found this video helpful. My name is Jonathan. Remember to like this video, comment on this video, and add this to your favorites. If you find this content to be of particular value, definitely make sure to add this to your favorites, because I will routinely change the title of the video or the location in terms of playlists for the sake of search engine optimization, or because I feel it's better suited in another playlist. So, if you always want to have access to this content, add this to your favorites. If you're on Twitter, retweet this video. If you're on Facebook, share this video, because there are a lot of other trainers out there that would not be able to find this information if it wasn't for your help. So if you find this to be of any value, don't try to pay it back, pay it forward. Help another trainer out. And finally, if you just happen to stumble upon this video, subscribe to this channel, as this channel is dedicated toward helping people outside of the fitness industry become personal trainers or bootcamp owners, helping personal trainers become better personal trainers or bootcamp owners, or helping bootcamp owners become extremely successful bootcamp owners. So there's going to be a very wide range of information. So subscribe to this channel, and I will do my best to hold your attention. Now, remember, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, comment on this video, send me a private message through Facebook, add me on the Facebook, and or send me a message through YouTube. I usually say call me, text, or email me, but there's a large volume of call, text, and emails that come in, and given the number of sources that they come through, it's not uncommon for me to forget to check one, and then you have a question hanging for a while. So, private message me through Facebook, through YouTube, or through a comment, and I'll always respond to the best and the quickest of my ability. Remember to eat healthy, hydrate, drive safe. Stress levels low, get rest, don't slap anybody. Love your clients. I will see you all tomorrow or the next day, and you have a good one.